a fantastic day, and I'll tell you why. Back in about 2008 or 2009, when we were in opposition and general elections and all this was very long way away, I sat down with Jenny to discuss how we can do something in terms of the Olympic sports links that would touch community facilities up and down the country. It was pretty clear that if we were going to do that, we needed to find some money to finance it. So when we won the election back in 2010, we changed the amounts of money that sport gets through the National Lottery, and then used that money to launch this programme. Many of you are wearing t-shirts today. It's called Places People Play, and the central part of it was to deliver a series of grants up to £50,000 to try and do our small sports facilities up and down the country, because most of us, I suspect even the great Olympians, start in small sports facilities up and down the country. Jenny is, I think, going to tell you how many sports facilities up and down the country have benefited from it, but this is one. I'm absolutely delighted that a facility like this, that serves its duty, that enables so many young people to do so many different things, has got the sort of grant that will make that sports experience better for all of you. And of course, the great hope from all of this is that if we ever have another event like the one down the road, that people from here will graduate to compete for this country in the years ahead. So it's great to be here. For me, it is the fulfilment of a 3 or 4 year plan, and I'm genuinely, absolutely delighted to see this happen.
Thank you, Hugh. Well, as Hugh says, as well as you here today, there are 377 other projects that are going to share nearly £20 million today. So over the whole country so far for this programme, we've funded over 850 projects. And you can see there's a map here, I don't know if you can all see it, and it's got lots of coloured dots on. Every single one of those dots is a facility that is better because of this programme. I know you here are having a new floor in this sports hall, so the gymnastics is even better, so the dance is even better, so that you can do the martial arts and all the exercise classes and everything you need to do here, which is just wonderful. I've been here since quite early this morning doing interviews out there, and I have to say, watching everybody run, the atmosphere here and the community you've got is just so impressive. It's fantastic. It's so welcoming to us. And there's been some fantastic sport shown to us. And we've got the aeroplanes running as well, which we've also been avoiding going to for the interviews. But this is a great place because, as he said, it really does exemplify what we're trying to do with these skills and what a great job you do here. So it is with great pleasure now that I do give you your check. Hopefully, an enormous check will appear.
Just side touch me for me then. Lovely. And against the next. Wonderful, thank you. Woo!
So we do have some checks in about a minute, but first of all, you are going to hear from our greatest ever Olympian, Sir Steve Redgrave.
It's an honour to be back here, and I say back here because I did my preparation for the 84 Olympics and 88 Olympics on the Royal Docks just here. We've just heard a plane go over, but before there was an airport there, we used to train down here on the Docklands, and a pretty good venue in those days. And actually, as the developers came in, and there were massive green sheds on both sides of the dock, where there used to be the storage areas where the ships used to come in. And as they started knocking them down and building the airport, is that we were on the airport side, then we got moved further around, just on the queue, there's another plane coming. And then sort of moved on 2 or 3 different times. And now you've got the rowing regatta centre on the other side of the docks. So there's a real legacy being left over from the times that we used to be training down here, as well as an international rowing course as well. And also a bridge at the far end that had to be redeveloped, but it's got my name on it as well. So a lot of preparation that was done down here. And in some ways, when we talk about places, people and play, is that this really sort of does emphasise it in some ways. To be able to get to Olympic level, to be able to be down here training for those games, is that revolved around of people being involved, and very much volunteers, people that sort of gave up their time to help other people get involved in sport. And I was very much part of that. The community I still live in now, Marlow, in Buckinghamshire, where I've come from this morning, is I went to a small comprehensive school, and the head of the English department loved rugby and rowing. We weren't a rugby or a rowing school, but that was his passion. And he used to go around with a few individuals and ask them if they wanted to try the sport of rowing. And he came to me and said, would you like to try rowing? And I thought, oh, yeah, that sounds good. Going out the river during school time, I'm definitely there. So you were sort of going down the river, and the only problem was, after 2 or 3 weeks, I enjoyed it so much, from Francis's passion within the sport, is I started going down every day after school. And within 2 years, people were saying, oh, you're capable of being a world champion. I thought, world champion sounds nice. Why not Olympic champion? So really sort of putting that, sort of through his enthusiasm into that process. And then making the junior team, and then the senior team. Even at the senior team, up to the Seoul Olympics, is that our coaches, apart from 2, were all volunteers. So we're being coached to go to the Olympic Games by volunteers. Now it's a complete change. We have a very successful structure. There's a lot of infrastructure on coaches and bringing athletes through from that point of view. And that's why we are the best rowing nation in the world, because of the people that are involved. And that's really sort of puts the whole scheme into perspective in some ways, of individuals going out, going the extra mile, that Francis put all his time, all his effort, all his own petrol money and driving us around the country to domestic regattas, just because he was passionate about the sport, wanted to get involved. And that's what Sports Makers is about, in some ways, of giving the passion to other people. Of using people who may have done sport or young people within sport, giving them the opportunity of helping others be inspired from it. And with the places people can play, the Sports Makers, and the other schemes that are involved, all bring together that really makes the sporting community that we have. And the more we can make that, the more people we can get involved, the more people we can inspire, the more people will get benefit out of sport, self-esteem, confidence, but also there'll be a small percentage that get to the very top and be competing for our country at major championships and something like Olympic Games. I'm so excited over the next 3 weeks, just over a week to go now before the opening ceremony, and we saw on the news yesterday all the athletes coming in from different countries. Is that I've been waiting for this, working on the Olympic bid since the end of 2000 when I retired as an athlete. And now they're thinking it's happening now. It was quite a scary thing watching the news and seeing some of the athletes turn up thinking it's not a few months, it's not even a few weeks, it's literally days away. And so exciting. 26 different sports, the best athletes in the world coming to our capital city, our country, to produce great performances. Hopefully, a lot of them are going to be Brits, and that's what the schemes are involved about. Getting communities involved in sport, and this is very much a community that wasn't even built when I was training down here 30 years ago. But coming out to see this, what you've got here now, it's very exciting for me to see what it's going to be upgraded to. Is absolutely amazing. So that's what the scheme's all about, and I hope you have a lot of fun in the new facilities when it's finished. And I hope you enjoy the games over the next few weeks. Is that I think it's going to be absolutely fantastic. And thank you for inviting me.